Let's show you what's going on. Kidding me? Of course. All right, let's go ahead and show you what's going on with the winds right now. The one spot where we're still seeing roaring winds is up in Santa Fe. 31-mile-an-hour winds right now, sustained. We're gusting much higher than that. 23 Las Vegas, 29 in Raton. Albuquerque, things starting to come down, and across the south, not as much wind, although Alamogordo still breezy at 20 miles an hour. Here's a look at those wind gusts. 44 in the state capital. Earlier this afternoon, Santa Fe had a wind gust of 55 miles an hour. So winds are still roaring along the I-25 corridor from Raton all the way down into Santa Fe. So obviously we keep those winds going for another couple hours, and they'll start to back off just a little bit across the northeast here. As far as temperatures go, we're starting to see the transition into the cold front coming in. It's coming into the northwest here. Most of the fronts we get actually back into the state from the northeast. Not this one. It's coming from a trough going to our north, so it's going to drag that front from northwest to southeast across New Mexico over the next 12 hours or so. So the temps you're seeing up in Durango are sort of a sign of things to come that are going to work across the state here for tomorrow. Storm itself is going to bottom out over Colorado, so it's going too far to the north to bring a lot of precip, and really Colorado hasn't seen much out of this. Most of the action is up into Wyoming and Montana at this hour, so pretty much the track of this thing has hurt us because it's just gone too far to the north. But we have had the jet here cranking up some winds, and of course that's kept things going throughout the day today. We get the front overnight tonight that'll slide on through. That means tomorrow we're going to be about 15 degrees colder across the board here than we were today, and then slowly we're going to see our weather improve into the first half of the weekend, and temperatures will slowly start to climb. Back half of the weekend, the next upstream storm will drop down into the southwest. Now, we're watching this one very closely because if the track works itself out, it could be a very interesting late part of the weekend and into next week. There are really two different scenarios that look at least somewhat likely at this point. One is for the system to stay a little farther to the west and not really draw all that much moisture into the state. We could see a little bit across the south with breezy to windy conditions here. But if this system nudges a little bit more to the east and drops in over Arizona or even parts of, say, Southern California here, we can end up drawing some pretty good moisture into New Mexico throughout next week. So that's something that's a real key. At this point, I think the more westerly track is probably slightly more likely. But let's see what happens here, because we at least have a chance to draw in some pretty good moisture into next week, and we'll watch that storm for you and keep you posted. We start with our bust potential on that tomorrow. 50s and 60s across the northwest, northeast for tomorrow. Same deal here, cool temps, and watch out. We are headed for a very cold night Friday morning, really Friday night too could be pretty cool as well. 70s and 80s across the southwest and over to the southeast. Temperatures for the most part in the 80s for tomorrow, with that possibility of some gusty winds at times, but not as windy as today. Albuquerque, same sort of deal. We are looking at cooler temperatures for tomorrow. There's your Santa Fe 7-day outlook. Chance of those spot showers coming back in. But watch Friday morning. Look at that temperature in Santa Fe Friday morning. 27, well below freezing. Albuquerque, in the heights, it's going to be close on whether we drop below freezing Friday morning. Southern part of the valley where we have a lot of agriculture concerns, I think we will drop below freezing Friday morning.
All right, we're warned.
Yes.
Thank you, Mark. Sports is next.